Hi, Joe Cerrone with our weekly review for CAD 230. This week we'll be covering Module 10, which is on rack and pinion and gear type mates or mechanical mates, 10A and 10B. You'll need these parts, this gear and this rack, and you'll need this assembly, as well as these other two parts. You can download them right from the splash page. And I have videos for how to do those two exercises posted in the main splash page. What you want to be looking at is preparing yourself for the CSWA exam, which will be available in 2 weeks to take. You want to take the practice exam. And so I made the module for the practice exam, module 12. And all the information you need is there. You can go to this virtual tester portal and download the virtual tester. If I click on that, it'll take me to the main splash page. I've already logged in. I was doing a little bit of work before I started the recording. On the home tab, you want to download and install the virtual tester. And I think I'm running mine right now. And so after I opened it up and chose my language, you have a choice of which exam you want to take. Anything with a $sign is going to charge you. And so you could pay for the exam yourself. I would give you a voucher for the CSWA, Certified SolidWorks Associate exam. You can take the sample exam, and I believe you can only take it once per your identification login. So you might be able to scoot around it if you had a different login, but save it for when you're ready to take the exam. And then you'll get one free practice exam, and then you'll get one free paid for exam with a voucher number that I'll generate for you. And the way that I'm working the class is that if you take the CSWA and pass it, you don't have to take my exam. And so that's how that works. There's some other additional ones. I like this additive manufacturing. So if you're taking the 3D printing, this is a good exam also. And the way that I work this is that I have, here's my certificate. And so you'll get this virtual cert that you can then use on your job applications. And then from a standpoint of being able to generate vouchers and things like that, I have these credits that I'll generate you a code for, and then you put that code in and that's it. You get one code and you'll be able to take that exam, pass it or not. Okay, and then the content itself is in that module that I was showing, and basically the textbook prepares you for the exam. So the book does a good job of it. The first one goes through drawings and how to work with different drawings, which we didn't really do very much. I did put module 11, which does show you how to do drawings as a bonus, but it's not really very many questions for that. And then the part 2 for the exam, this is where you get into the parts modeling. What I recommend you do, my experience is I'll practice 5 times. If I practice 5 times the exam, I usually pass it. And I usually pass it really well without a lot of fanfare. So it is a difficult exam. I believe it's 3 hours and 5 parts that you have to model, and then 2 assemblies. And so what you want to do is you want to go through and model these different parts. If I come back here to my main page, it always seems to hide on me here. But if I come back here to 230, and then we go to the content section, I placed all the material in it from the books for you. And so these are the part models that you'll need to do. Here's number 5. I should have downloaded it with these different part models. And then if you go to the chapter on this, which is chapter 22, if we come back here to our table of contents, I thought I had the assemblies in there as well, but you can get that from the textbook. And so we can go into the SolidWorks load more. If I can clear my screen here, I've got a toolbar. If you don't see it, load more. And then here is 21. I think it's 20. Maybe it's 21. Let's see. Design tables. Yeah, it's 21 here. And so this is where all the material is for that. And if you go through to the end of it, it goes through these assembly drawings. And I'll make sure that everything's in there. But that's my recommendation. Spend some time. The assemblies are probably the hardest ones to do. You don't have to get all of them right. You just have to get 70% or better. So you don't necessarily have to do great on the assembly, but you want to kind of hedge on what you do well so that you have that cushion. Okay, so that's my Zoom meeting. I'm going to stop the recording and then open things up for questions.